Hydroboration-oxidation is a two-step reaction sequence that converts an alkene to an alcohol. Hydroboration is the addition of borane, BH3, to an alkene, forming an alkyl borane. Oxidation converts the CB bond of the alkyl borane to a CO bond. Borane is a strong Lewis acid that readily reacts with Lewis bases. Borane can form a complex with THF, and this is commonly used in the lab. The first step in hydroboration-oxidation is addition of the elements of H and BH2 to the pi bond of the alkene, forming an intermediate alkyl borane. The pi bond and H-BH2 bonds break as the CH and CB bonds form. This leads to a very interesting transition state, which also leads to the syn addition to create an alkyl borane. Syn addition means both H and BH2 will be located in the same plane. This only really applies to molecules that cannot rotate, such as carbon rings. Hydroboration is regioselective. The boron atom bonds to the less substituted carbon atom. Steric factors explain this regioselectivity. The larger boron atom bonds to the less sterically hindered, more accessible carbon atom. Oxidation replaces the CB bond with a CO bond, forming a new OH group with retention of configuration. The OH group replaces the BH2 group in the same position. But retention of configuration is difficult to see, so we redrew this portion of the reaction focusing on the stereogenic center. Because this reaction occurs in two steps with an intermediate alkyl borane, there are two peaks on the energy diagram. Since the first step involves breaking a pi bond, it will require more energy than the second step of the formation of the product. The intermediate alkyl borane is higher in energy than the reactant and the product. In summary, the addition of H and BH2 occurs in one step. No rearrangements can occur. The OH group bonds to the less substituted carbon atom. Syn addition occurs, and OH replaces BH2 with retention of configuration.